5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candlelight. For tonight is just your night. We're gonna celebrate all through the night.
For the white, light the fire. Girl, your wish is my command. I submit to your demands.
I will do anything. Girl, you need only ask. I'll make love to you.
Fucking we doing the whole song.
When you want me to. And I'll hold you tight. Baby, all through the night, I'll make love to you.
Yeah.
When you want me to.
Hey,
And I will not let go.
go.
You tell me to.
Oh,
It's your night, and I will do you right. Just make a wish on your love.
Sorry about that,
And
guys. Wait.
then I will give you.
You know we normally don't do all of that.
We don't,
but we was feeling that shit.
We was.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Wanye Morris.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Wow, well, that felt great.
It did.
That felt good. Imagine us being fucking 10
Good
years.
singers.
Imagine that world.
Man,
Wow.
that would be crazy.
But,
We would not be sitting here right now.
But imagine also us like as 10-year-olds singing that song
Right?
word for word.
Why?
Trying to get somebody to love
Oh,
it ain't
my
life.
I remember in like 7th grade, right? Me and my boy Will were in his mom was picking us up, taking us to the mall or some shit. And that baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. That shit was on, and
Oh my God. Why the fuck
you lying. So we just had figured out that it was about having erection dancing, like, rubbing your rubbing your dick on a lady. And then his mom was like, I love this song. This is my song.
Oh.
And Will was like, Mom, please don't, please. You trust me, Mom, just stop, please. What? No, I love this song.
Well, I felt a little pump.
I had to listen to some older songs. I'm going, oh my goodness, who let us sing this song?
Man.
But everything when we were coming up, for the most part, was very it was like
Ambiguous?
innuendo. Yeah. Innuendo.
It was real innuendo.
It was very in the window.
Yeah.
You had to,
Right.
open something.
Right.
If it wasn't a peep Tom, you wasn't going to know what it was
I
about.
had no idea. Well, we were just singing the Joe song, I Do This For You, pretty much like talking about being a side dude, like literally professing his love for this woman, saying, I don't care what you got going on, but I will do everything he won't
Everything
do.
your man won't do.
I will do that for you.
I don't know if you remember, but when I don't wanna know when that came out,
Baby,
I was dealing with a lady at the
Oh.
time, and I remember just being like, oh, I don't want to know. Can we just keep doing stuff, please?
If you creepy, keep it on the low.
You played me. Please don't let it show. There's definitely some songs that you play and it's going to make you cry for no reason. You know you shouldn't be listening to none of them, but you turn it on and you like.
There was one time me and Rick went to a baby shower for a girl that I was very sprung over back in the day.
Wait, it was her
It was
baby
it was her
shower?
baby shower. This was after high school. I was so sprung on this girl in high school, and just maybe even a little after high school. And then we went to her baby shower because when you're single and the girl you like has a man, you kind of think we might still do something even though she has a man. But when she's pregnant, you're like, that's it, bruh.
Yeah.
That's it. So we got invited to her baby shower. And then we did the whole thing, ate some food, hugged people, left the baby shower. I got in the car and I started randomly singing. I was like, never imagined you would be a faded picture. I'm emotional. And Rick started cracking up, but I didn't even realize I was singing that shit on some movie shit.
Bruh, it was so funny.
Oh, the song in your head.
Side note, pregnancy does not mean that's it. Learn that later on in life. Your chances just got way better because as soon as dude gets annoyed with his new little family, she gonna be looking elsewhere for that ego boost.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of people that I
How you gonna make
That
this
you
work?
sprung off of for a long time after high school?
We're gonna make this work. Speaking of people that I've known for a long time.
I was like, where is he gonna take this?
Fail.
Today's guest is also so people would call this man a OG in the YouTube community. And you know what, man? There's so much that I just want to catch up and talk to you about. I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is he up to? So that's why I hit my boy Yusef Arakat to come on the podcast. You all might know him as Fousey Tube. Come on here, dog. Did I say your last name right? Yeah. All right, tight. What's up, dog? How are you, bro? No.
We already said hello before. You're fine.
Okay.
We don't want to make
What's
it awkward, make you bend over.
You can put on the if you want. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. So first of all, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Can I just say,
What's up?
walking in here and seeing you first and seeing, because I was just telling my girl yesterday, I was like, yo, I got a podcast. She goes, with who? I was like, the dude who inspired me to do YouTube.
Aww.
And she was like, no way. And I was like, I swear to God. And then I come in and I see both of y'all and I'm like, oh my God, we back.
Man, I remember when you first started. Well, hey, look, before we even get into that,
Yeah.
what's up, bro? How are you?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Good.
And I'm trying in another day of life.
Good.
That's what I like to say.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Just one day at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where my life is at right now. Each day is like one day at a time, trying not to look too far into the future.
Right.
Trying to forget the past and trying to just be here right now.
Yeah.
You know, if you look too far into the future, you worrying about shit that you won't even be able to like really like that has
Anything about it.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Well, I remember, well, first of all, thank you, bro, for saying that I'm the reason why you started making YouTube videos.
100%.
Well, thanks, man. Okay, well, let's talk about that. How did you start on your internet YouTube journey?
So I started doing videos with my boy Kais Omar, and we were just doing it for fun at the time, but we never really took it seriously. And then that's when I started watching other YouTubers and stuff, and came across your skits and what you were doing at the time, and it was just so new, and it was just so fresh, and it was just so exciting, where I was like I could do this. Like I could do this too. I want to do this too. So I remember I was in college. Two of my girls took me out to lunch, and one of the girls actually at the end of the dinner bill paid for the dinner bill. And that had never been done for me before. And that power move literally changed my life, because I was like, oh my God, she did that.
Right.
And I wanted to be able to do that. So at that moment, I decided I want to start my own YouTube channel. I want to take this thing for real. Made my game plan, started Fousey Tube, and just took it running. And that's a long story short, because, the starting up story is always long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, so we were both really cool with Riss Rose. That's when I first saw your face, because I was getting like lunch with Riss Rose in Vegas. Riss Rose is like a makeup, like OG makeup YouTuber. And then you FaceTimed her, and I was like, and she was like, oh, this guy, like, he like loves your videos. I was like, oh shit, what's up, man?
Yeah. And I remember that reminds me to the first time I ever met you. We went shopping together.
What?
We went shopping together. I got a chance to go shopping, and I was fangirling like crazy.
In Vegas?
No. We were back. We did it here or something like that. I forgot where it was. We went shopping together. I remember it was on video.
What the fuck?
And it was the first time I had ever seen fans come up to somebody to ask for a picture.
Damn.
And I was the dude who stood to the side while you took your pictures. Yo, Tim, can we get a picture? And that was another moment where it was like, damn, like, what is that? Like, how do you get there?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. We was probably at like, I don't know, the Beverly Center or something.
I don't remember, man, but I know we went shopping together. I had that on video.
Did you buy anything?
Nah.
Did I buy anything?
Nah.
Oh, window shopping asses.
Yeah.
Recorded nothing.
Hey man, this is early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was early.
And sometimes when you link with people, you guys should do is walk around the
Like,
mall.
y'all got to do that again. Y'all got to do it now, like an updated version of the shopping video.
I think I still wouldn't be shopping right now at my point in my life. Tim might go off and, go crazy, but...
Nah, I'm chilling. Now priorities are different now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I honestly, like, I know you're into clothes and shit too, but like I got to a point where I was like, first of all, I don't have room anymore. So it's like, I can't be buying it. Like, for what? I buy this shit, I don't even wear it. You know what I'm saying? I buy all this shit and I only wear like the same like black t-shirt every day and the same fucking Adidas sweats, you know? Like, what for? I'm good.
Yeah.
Not only that, one thing I always wanted to do and you were so good at was have companies send you clothes. Because I remember I would be watching your videos and you're like, oh, shout out to this brand, like sending me this care package and stuff. And I'm like, why don't I get anything from these brands? And I bet to this day, do you still get sent?
I still get clothes. I still get companies hitting me up, but I will tell them straight up. I'm like, to be honest, bro, unless you're giving me a big bag, I only really advertise my own clothing brand now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
I'm
so it's
really,
different.
because I'm like, honestly, guys, I'm trying to get my own brand out there, like Goody, and like, I don't want to confuse my fan base with all these different links and shit like that.
Makes sense.
I'm like, unless y'all send me, I tell them, I give them the option. I'm like, you're welcome to send me something, but there's no guarantee that I'm gonna post it unless I love this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or unless you paying me like crazy.
Well, if any companies out there want to send me stuff, I'll take it. I'll rock it. Like, I'll do you good.
Well, man, I remember you sending me like videos and being when you were beginning and being like, hey, what do you think of this? And like, how you like this?
Yeah.
And then it was like, you started doing your thing and started like cranking out your content, and then like you passed me up. I was like, oh shit. I remember this dude was a big fan, and now like he passed me up in subscribers, you know, and then you know, shit was going crazy.
It was.
And then he
going-
put your picture on the dartboard. It was crazy.
I was like, jump rope like this motherfucker.
It's crazy about me sending you my videos. So I would harass Tim through Twitter to watch my videos, because back in the day on YouTube, if a YouTuber liked your video,
It would show up.
It showed up.
Yeah.
So when Tim liked my videos, it was like, we in there, we getting these views. So I remember that. I remember pestering you.
Yeah, bro. And then we did a skit together.
We did.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
so I mean, like, one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on is because I remember I was like, just randomly, I was like, I wonder what he's up to. So like, what are you up to, dog? Because you're not doing the pranks anymore.
I'm not doing pranks no more. I'm not doing social experiments no more.
Right.
See, here's the thing. If y'all want me to open up about what am I doing today and all this stuff, like, I already feel your guys' vibes and energy. They're high and happy. I don't want to change the dynamic of your podcast.
Nah, bro. We can talk
open
about
space.
we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, dog. Look, when we're happy and shit, it's all fake. We're all I'm just playing. Nah, but I mean, the conversation is whatever you we want to talk about, bro.
You
It's
gotta
like-
get real and deep. Get real and deep.
Yeah.
You got
All right. So I'm gonna keep it to you very real, because I'll use this as like a therapy session to open up.
Let's go.
Do it. Now, who don't love a nice glass of wine? Okay, but picture this. You're at home, finishing a glass of wine, and just as you're about to pour another, it happens. The realization that you're all out and there's no backup bottle. I call that no vinophobia, the fear of running out of wine. But thanks to FirstLeaf, I get personalized boxes of wine shipped right to my door. You know, now that wifey's pregnant, she's not drinking wine, but I'm cooking for her. So when I'm cooking dinner for her and we're just having a nice quiet night at home, I like to pour myself a nice little red wine. You feel me? So we can sit back, eat, watch our reality shows. And here's how you can get incredible wine without leaving the comfort of your home, okay? So first you start by taking a quick quiz to assess your wine drinking preferences. Then FirstLeaf will send 6 expertly picked bottles of wine based on your answers. Here's the dope part. FirstLeaf uses your ratings and feedback to refine your future shipments. Just give each bottle a thumbs up or thumbs down online, and FirstLeaf will take care of the rest. Now that's dope for me, because sometimes, you know, I don't really know what bottles to pick. Wine can it's all confusing. There's so much wine, you know, but you can also choose what types of wine you want in your next box. FirstLeaf updates their inventory every month, so I always have something new to try, like a Luxana 2018 or Swirl 2018 Zinfandel if I want something a little sweeter, or maybe a nice red like a Fossil Point 2016 Cabernet. And just for y'all, I got a special treat. Sign up today to get 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 plus free shipping. Just go to tryfirstleaf.com/nochaser. There's 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 at tryfirstleaf.com/nochaser. chaser. Now, I know during these hectic times, we're all feeling a little unsettled. You know, you're not feeling like yourself. You're feeling a little uneasy, and maybe you don't know why. And that's why I think you should check out BetterHelp. You know, is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Yeah, boy, sometimes I get a little hung up on things. I get a little in my head. Sometimes I'm up at night just thinking about all types of stuff. And not gonna lie, during these times we're in, I've been feeling a little anxiety too. I feel a little like, what? I feel it's just something ain't right, you know? But with BetterHelp, they will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. There's a broad range of expertise available which may not be locally available in many areas. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tim. That's BetterHelp, and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Because sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. And just for y'all, I got a special deal. Special offer for No Chaser listeners. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/Tim. That's a special offer where you get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/Tim. That is 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/TIM.
I don't know what I'm doing in life right now. I don't have a direction. I don't have a solid purpose or a foundation of this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm just doing what I can right now to try to make me feel like I'm doing something so I don't completely crumble and just give up on everything.
Okay.
Because after my incident on July 15th, where I had that huge public meltdown and my concert that went bad, I had left the country for like an entire year. Finally got myself mentally stable, mentally right, and was like, you know what, let's go back to Los Angeles and let's try this again. The scene's different now.
Yeah.
Like, you got TikTok now. Like, I don't even need to bring it up. The scene's different now. And what I do and what I've always done is be my authentic self on the internet when I vlog, and that's all I can do. So when people tell me we want the old Fousey 2 back, we want to see this, we want to see that, we want to see you go viral again, I don't even know if I have that in me anymore. I'm 30 years old now. My artistic vision doesn't even work the same anymore.
Right.
My thoughts don't work the same anymore. My passions are different. So I'm at a position in my life at 30 years old where I'm trying to figure out what that next chapter is and how do I evolve into that next chapter. Because my 20s was for my grind, and I grinded my ass off. And if I had saved my money at the time, it would be the time now to start the next chapter of my life, start a family, see where that's going. I lost all my money. So it's like, what happened to that grind in my 20s? Because now I got to do it all over again in my 30s. But how the hell am I going to do it now when I'm not in the same position I was in my 20s?
Okay.
On social media, with the fame, with everything that I had going for me that was going so well, which is like when people used to tell me at the time, hit the iron while it's hot because the door could close. I never believed that, because I was like, nah, this shit's forever. Like, I'm here. I'm doing this forever. Not understanding how quick you could lose everything and be done with everything. So right now what I'm doing, I'm taking day by day. My days are like the same every day. I hit the gym with my friends just so I feel like I accomplished something, got my anxiety out the way. I'm writing a book with 2 other writers, which is a memoir on my childhood, everything that happened growing up, what caused my addiction, what caused my meltdown, what caused how fame was for me. It's not a self-help book by any means, because I'm in no position to help anybody, but it's this is my story, and if you can relate to it, I hope it helps you.
When you talk about your addiction, what's your addiction?
And haven't talked about it yet, but you can find out when my book comes out next year.
Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, works for me. Are you still? I know a big portion of your content was vlogging, right?
Yeah.
The vlogs were popping. But I feel like from you, because I've seen your vlogs, right? You know, you try to be a very like positive, uplifting person when you vlog. Do you find that you felt like you were fake when you were doing that? Like, were you as happy as you were portraying, or do you feel like, you know, like, and are you vlogging now that you're not in like such a good place?
I posted the thing with me is where I messed up on YouTube is making multiple channels, because I would jump from my 10 million subscriber channel, Fousey Tube, and then back to my vlog channel. But my vlog channel is really the one that did everything for me, because when I won the Streamies back to back 2 years in a row, it was because of the Dose of Fousey channel, never because of my main channel.
Okay.
Right now, when I made the decision to come back, I was like, what makes most sense right now? Let me just use the 10 million subscriber channel, even though that shit's dead, like, and the algorithm is messed up.
Right.
But I say that to say I posted a vlog last week, and it was titled, What a Day is Like Living with Severe Anxiety.
Okay.
And I didn't portray no happiness. I didn't portray no smiles. I showed them the real nitty gritty of what it's like to live with anxiety. Like from the second I woke up, my hand trembling, me going to my parents, telling them I have anxiety, what should I do, when my dad's saying just relax, me sweating an hour later in the bathroom not knowing what to do. So I kept it raw and real, because that's where I feel like I'm most authentic, and that's what I can give to the people.
You know, and I think that's important, bro. Like we've talked about it before on here, where growing up, I didn't even necessarily realize how much of that was an issue for people around us and like our peers and stuff. Because like, I mean, yeah, I was blessed enough to not feel that, and then where I thought it was like, you know, I thought like it was rare. You know what I'm saying? I thought like, oh, you got issues like with anxiety. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Until I started. Until it got normalized, until the conversation got normalized, and I realized how common it was. Yeah. So I feel like that's dope that you're doing that, you know, because I feel like a lot of vloggers put on this very happy persona, and they're fucking depressed, you know, partly because they're like faking this persona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's dope that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Here's my point on what you just said. You said it became more acceptable to talk about your mental health stigma, and people always like, when it's Mental Health Awareness Month, everybody's involved and chime in and check in on your friends. Yet when I post about my depression at 30 years old, you still got the people saying, you were going through this shit at 22. What the fuck are you talking about? You still going through it at 30? Are you faking it at this point? Are you lying? Are you good? Like there's still that huge stigma that if you go through depression, one day is gonna be gone.
It's really unfortunate because of the position that you're in and the fame and being on the internet. One thing that comes with it is a lot of naysayers, and that's we know that that's their job. You know, there's a lot of people that really just don't give a shit. Like I've dealt with depression and still do. There are days, and you were saying something about the consistency, and I work out, I do this, and I do this. It makes me feel accomplished. And that was one of the things that I had to do getting back in. I'm 31, turning 32. And my 30s was the exact same thing. Career-wide change, everything, relationship breaking up, family, understanding social media, projection, and a lot of those things, and the fake positive. And the moment that you allow yourself to know that not everyone's going to understand it, but the person that needs to hear it is hearing you, and just continuing to talk about, it's not a matter of normalizing it, because any disorder or disability is never really going to be normal, because someone who is normal will not understand. So it's learning empathy. And when you go and you talk about it, especially to the people that look at you that only want one thing, they might be able to connect it with something their family has gone through. Or, damn, my mom was dealing with something like this. Oh, shit, my girl is really struggling to get through. Why is it that she doesn't want to go out? Or why is she weird about certain things? And depression and anxiety takes a lot of different forms. And for everybody, it's a different experience. So you talking about yours makes it easier, because I just felt what you said when you were like, I had to go to the gym. I needed to do this. I had to find a purpose. I got a dog, and that was one of the best things that happened to me.
For sure.
And he made me, I have to wake up. I have to feed him. Yeah. I have to clean up after him.
Yeah.
Because a purpose. And everybody's searching for that. And 30s is a weird time.
Oh, it's weird.
It's weird, but you know what? It's
weird,
but I'll tell you this. It is one of the most beautiful things as you start to grow and learn yourself. And your only goal should be, I want to know more about me and how to live my fullest. It's great. I think what you're doing is a part of the growing process that not enough people talk about.
Appreciate that.
So when you left the country for a year, where did you go?
Well, I didn't leave the country for a year. What I did was I was being violated on the internet, like in ways you couldn't even imagine. I know you talk about people getting canceled and stuff, but what I was going through during that time was something that I don't know if a percentage of YouTubers have gone through that kind of like what was happening. And it was to a point where I was like, I went to Bali, and my intention when I went to Bali was to not come back for a year. 2 weeks into my trip, I had a friend of mine who was uploading videos, dissing me about why, like, he just joined the group of like fuck Fousey tube, and I was getting attacked and vilified, and I felt like I was getting choked because I couldn't say anything back because I wasn't on social media. So I ended up getting so ill, vomiting, diarrhea, panic attacks, almost smashed my head through a window. Where I was at a yoga retreat, they came into my room and they were like, we fear for you right now. We think you should fly back home to your family and be with them. So I ended up, as frail as I was, flying back to San Diego, my parents picking me up at the airport and then rehabilitating me for that period of time.
What was, so like, you're talking about the concert, right?
Yeah.
And that's and when that didn't work out, when everyone was kind of going hard at you on the internet. What exactly, like, what happened? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know there was like you had big plans for that. You know what I'm saying? So like, what exactly went wrong?
What went wrong? The first thing that went wrong was that I was in a manic state.
Okay.
I was in a manic state, and I was like, my visions were diluted. Like, I had delusions of grandeur up the ass. Like, I was about to change the world.
Right.
People always talk about you never met Drake and stuff, but when I snuck into the club that Drake was at that night to try to get him to join the team, I was going up to big name celebrities, yelling in their face because there was music playing, telling them I'm about to deliver a speech tomorrow that's going to change the world more than the president can. Like, I was going off. So there's a million things that went wrong with that. But the biggest thing, and the thing that I'll never be able to change, is the fact that there was a bomb threat called into the event to have it canceled.
That's right.
Because had that bomb threat never happened, the outcome, the event, everything would have been completely different. Even if Drake never showed up, everything else I had lined up would have still gone according to plan. Ticketmaster and Live Nation already had plans for the second one, the third one. Everything was going good. My life would be in a different place right now. Somebody called in a bomb threat, my event got canceled, and that changed my life forever.
And people think you did that, right? Some people thought like you called in your own bomb threat.
Yeah, 100%. There was conspiracy theorists. Fousey called his own bomb threat. He's a fraud. He's delusional. He's this. He's that. But anyways, let's skip the concert talk. Skip the concert talk.
We're past that.
We're past that. We're past that.
All right, so now you've come back. You left for a year, or like you were off the internet for a year.
Yeah.
Right? So what exactly made you feel like you're ready to come back? All right, now cuffing season is coming up, and we all gonna be cuddling, so you want to make sure and smell good, okay? But personally, I don't like putting all types of crazy chemicals in my body, so I believe in having clean options. I support companies who innovate products that break the norm and help clean up my daily routine. That's why I love Native, okay? Native deodorant doesn't just block odor better, it's made better. Native has ingredients you've heard of like coconut oil, shea butter, and tapioca starch. It's also vegan and never tested on animals, all right? Switching to an aluminum-free deodorant doesn't mean you have to sacrifice any odor protection. Native will keep you smelling and feeling fresh all day long. And guess what? It's risk-free to try. Every product comes with the free shipping within the US, plus free 30-day returns and exchanges. See why so many people love Native and check out the over 1,400 5-star reviews. You know, I love it. Wifey loves it. I like to use the cucumber mint. Makes me feel like a mojito on an island. You know what I'm saying? And just for y'all, I got a special deal. Go to nativedeo.com/nochaser and use promo code nochaser at checkout, and you'll get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/nochaser, or use promo code nochaser at checkout for 20% off your first order. And guess what? They got some special fall seasonal culinary creations with some special scents only available for a limited time. I'm talking about from 9/17 to January 4th, like coconut milk and turmeric. Ooh, that sounds healthy and sexy. They got the blood orange and clove, buttercream and French vanilla. I just want to eat that up. And rosemary and lemon zest. Now that just sounds great. And remember, those are only available for a limited time from now until January 4th, 2021. I think I'm going to F with that rosemary and lemon zest. As I said, cuddle season is among us, and cuddling leads to intercourse. And if you like sex, you'll love BlueChew.com. Blue Chew offers men a performance enhancement for the bedroom. Wouldn't we all like to last longer and go extra rounds? I know I would. You know, I just got my lady pregnant a few months ago, and you know how that happened? Lots of intercourse. And not gonna lie, your boy might have popped a Blue Chew, because the BlueChew.com affiliated physicians work with you to find the dosage and active ingredient that is best for you. It only takes a few minutes to connect with a BlueChew.com physician, and if you qualify, you get prescribed online quickly. No in-person doctor visit, no awkward conversation, no waiting in line at a pharmacy, and it ships directly to your door in discreet packaging so you can have that intercourse again and again and again. Here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code Tim. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Tim.
The thing with me is, as much as I've fallen from depression and as many times as I've left YouTube, like I've left I remember actually in the beginning of my YouTube career, I'm talking 2011, when depression hit me back then, I texted you and I said, yo, am I allowed to take a break from YouTube? Like, can I take a break? And your response was no. Like, I forgot the exact reasoning, but it was in a sense of like, you can't, like, you have to be there. You have to be consistent. You can't just dip. And that's where I broke the rules and started dipping. And I would dip for months at a time. So there's just something in me that always brings me back. So as much as what anybody says about me, like, they can say I've fallen, I fell, I did this, I did that, but I haven't quit yet. I'm still here and I'm still trying, and I refuse to quit because I'm still waiting to see that other side, waiting to see that next door open, waiting for that next opportunity. And there's just something inside me that tells me to keep going because it's not the end yet.
I feel like you're not supposed to quit, but maybe you haven't found the reason why you're not supposed to quit. Because I've just been listening this whole time, and it sounds like what you're here for is the people. When you said you made a vlog where you're just raw and real, so many people need that. Even if at the end of the vlog nothing positive happened, nothing changes, nothing happened, people need to see it's not just me. And especially somebody in your position, your stature somewhere. So that could be your purpose, at least on YouTube.
I agree 100% because I just released a short film called Anxiety. It was a week after the vlog, and I showed what it's like in the mornings. And then I showed getting out of the funk. There was a voiceover, and then getting to the gym and working out. And when I made this, I told my friends, I was like, I'm not making this one for the views. I'm making this one for the people who are going to need to see this. And I promise you in the comments, there's going to be those people. I released that video. 100,000 views, so it didn't break any records. But every comment, and there was actually a comment like you said, I see my brother going through this every day, and now I understand. And I felt like if you had to ask me, what do you want your purpose to be? My purpose is to let me use my pain and my story and what I've gone through to relate and to help other people through their struggles, to let them know that they're not alone. I just don't know how to do that right now in my life. Because every day I wake up, I'm by myself in my apartment. I don't have like a manager, a team, investors or anything like that. So I'm just the guy standing there by himself, and I'm like trying to figure out, how do I use my voice? How do I help people? What is like, what direction do I take? What moves am I supposed to make?
One of the main things, again, like Rick said, you talking about it helps. And you cut off people like in your real life eventually that you notice might be triggering you, because one of the things with dealing with anxiety and depression is understanding your triggers and recognizing the situations that you may be in that set you into that mind state. And as it's almost like you relapse with it occasionally. And when you start identifying it, it's okay to distance yourself or to not distance yourself from people. I would post, I'm sensitive, I'm deeper, I get very emotional at times, and people would ask me, why are you acting like this? Or why don't you ever come out? Or why don't you do that? And I realized those people don't get it, and I don't need them. And then the people that get it, they love you and they embrace you, and you start learning how other people's behavior can help you. and how you can start identifying like, hey, no, I don't really want to be here. I don't really want to do this because it might make me feel some type of way. And you start being more secure. And also the fake positive online a lot is it's hard for people that are going through it. The fake positive will make you feel even more depressed because you know that you've been that before and you're like, damn, I just want somebody to tell me it's okay to not feel okay today. And your little bits and pieces, like there's no damn rule book for none of this. There's no code. There's no manager that's gonna come in and tell you, you know what, I'm gonna need you to talk about, ooh, your morning was terrible. Let's talk about that. It's not organic. And that would take you back to where you are faking the funk.
Can I tell you, and going off of that, one of the hardest things for me to establish in my mind and what's holding me back so much. So my life used to be, let's say, right here. So now when I open up Instagram and all I would manage to do is wake up in the morning and make myself breakfast, but I see the people who are here right now posted 8 Instagram stories, 2 Instagram videos, 3 pictures, 1 YouTube video, 6 brand deals, everything by the time I made breakfast. And I'm sitting there like, I can't do that. I can't keep up with that. My life isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
So comparison is the thief of happiness. And there I go comparing myself to who they are. And then also understanding and identifying that I just can't do that. That's not me. My life works different. I need to work slower. I need to take my time. I need to, like, my movements are different and I just can't keep up with this social media world anymore.
You know, like we can turn the channel on the television. We can watch whatever we want to watch on TV. That's the same thing that we do on our phones. Sometimes you can still follow somebody and mute their stories. I'm very known for, like, I'll mute people and accounts that I feel triggered by. Like if I see somebody, there's a girl, we did the same, we were in Maxim at the same time, named, you know, hottest girl in America, all this other stuff. And she's been booming. She got featured here, she got this, and her life just seems so great in Miami. And I was like, damn, I'm starting to feel jealous. I'm starting to feel inadequate.
She'll never be on the No Chaser podcast.
She'll never be. I mean, but if she did, here's the thing is that my resentment was never towards her. It was the fact that I felt like I wasn't doing enough.
100%.
So my comparison was making me feel like I want to talk shit, but that's not who I am. So I started muting certain stories because it wasn't them. Like, I genuinely like her, but I felt some type of way. So I started muting things until I was like, okay, now I can go, damn, that's dope. I'm proud of you. But I was a hater at one point in time. Like sometimes you just got to not look because it's not their fault that they're grinding, that I can't handle it. Just
100%.
Turning the channel sometimes is what's best for us.
I get it.
You know, it's tough when, I mean, naturally, like, you can either see people doing more and then there's a part of you that is always gonna compare what you're doing, right? And that's where it's difficult. Like you said, comparison is a thief of joy, right? And like, you know, and I definitely like for example, right? I'll see Batch and I'm like, God, Batch is killing this shit. And I'm always like, and I'll be sitting there, I'm like, fuck, man, I need to get back to work. I need to, I'm bullshitting too much. But then at the same time, like you said, everybody kind of needs to kind of go at their own pace. Like social media, it deceives you and makes you think that like everybody is kind of like constantly on and constantly popping, right? But then like you forget that they're only posting the good stuff, right? Yeah. Because even like someone that would see what I've been doing and they'll be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, they'll see the Wild 'N Out shit. They'll be like, oh, okay, you're that's great. But then at the same time, you know, like, I mean, you know, Rick, we've literally, I'm supposed to have been in like 5 different movies right now. 2 of them were supposed to be with you. And it's like, you know, literally shit where it's like, I've signed contracts for shit where it's like, I was about to have a whole ass movie and then all of a sudden it's like, never mind, you know? And of course, we don't post about that shit.
Of course.
So there's all this pressure from like, you know, your peers and the people who are watching who are like, damn, like this is amazing, but they never show the negative side.
The grit of it all.
This is off topic, but I got a tweet the other day and it said, damn, King Batch became what Fousey 2 was supposed to.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
And that's the shit. So that right there, the people taught me not to compare, right? Because like I learned it early on, but only because I really paid attention to them, because they would try to do that with us like we're not fucking best friends and shit. oh, why is Tim this and you're not this and this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Because he wanted to and he tried really hard for it and I didn't. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
But I saw how if I just fed into it, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be a huge problem for us. And I just wanted to go back to something Nikki said, because I think this was like some of the best fucking advice right here. Because as men, a lot of times we want to be tougher than that and shit like that. But muting and blocking and getting rid of what triggers you, that's a good fucking idea, because it's hard. It's hard not to compare. You know what I'm saying? It's really fucking hard. And when it doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to mute this person and my comparison issue is going to be gone.
No.
You still have to work on not comparing, but not having it in your face. Because I tell girls that shit all the time. Like, girls are jealous of other girls and shit, right? And I'm like, okay, imagine me only following 6'4" ripped niggas. You know what I'm
be
saying?
mad
why
every
do y'all
day.
follow these girls? You know what I'm saying?
and
I get that.
and you know, we've talked about social media a lot, and I'm very clear on what I cannot handle. I'm not built for all of it, and it's going to hurt. I started off as a model, which for me, being compared physically is very easy. I don't care. You could talk about what I look like this because it's something I gave you. I gave you this persona. I'm dead on the inside. But when I like, that's why I'm like, I don't really care. I know what I'm giving you. But when I started doing radio and removing the physical from it and giving myself, and people didn't like it, and that hurt. I just got told, somebody was on my Twitter yesterday talking about how lame I was, and I'm so glad she left, and I used to mute her every time I would wake up in the morning. I can't stand her. People only listen to her because she's hot. People only listen to her because she's hot. And I was like, oh yeah, that degree really got you far in life, didn't it? But when I first started, the negative was so hard because it was my personality. That was me. I was putting myself. I was like, oh my God, this is... Y'all were just talking shit about how I looked, and now you're like, I'm giving you me, and you don't like it, and it hurt the more I showed myself. But I realized that the people that needed to see it saw it, and it got me here. It's literally the only reason why I'm sitting here. It wasn't because of all the other stuff. It was, oh, she's herself. Oh, she's kind of like this. And if I would have listened and kept those stories running, I would have felt some type of way.
Yeah.
And muting and being all right with like, y'all don't even care about me regardless. A lot of this is just social, and that's fine. And it's my job now to hold myself accountable from what I see. Because I can go and be negative all day. Like, if I want a big old butt and just follow big booty girls, and I'm like, it's not coming in. But what would my next step be? Oh, I got to go get my butt done. Oh, I got to go get this surgery. And I did that to myself, because we can't keep blaming what we choose to see. Because you went to Bali, I do yoga. One of the best things I did was I started doing yoga.
He was doing yoga in Bali. He beat you.
Beat me. Definitely. That's on my list. That's on my list of things. But it is the fact that you start looking at people that inspire you, that you go, damn, I really love that you posted about how people are identifying anxiety, how friends can start recognizing this, or you can start noticing that when someone's really fidgety in a situation or uncomfortable during a conversation, they might be starting to experience anxiety. You can start learning social cues, and it's great to just post those things up.
And I'll tell you what, man, as much as I like preach that, like, hey man, don't let the negativity affect you, and don't listen to the haters, and I always tell people, like, oh, he who angers you controls you and all that shit, which is what I believe. Like, comments affect me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, comments really do. Like, I really have an issue, and I had to learn this about myself. Like, I really don't like when people don't like me. Yeah. Like, if I find out that someone like doesn't like me, I'm like really deeply bothered by it.
I asked him, I'm like, I don't read none of our comments. I don't. I try not to. And I'll just be like, hey, is it doing well? Like, are we doing okay? Like, hey, you gonna have me back? Because I know I can't. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be like, they didn't like this, or and it's gonna fuck up everything.
Yeah. His want to be liked made me so thankful that I don't have it. Like, I'm not trying to make a joke. Like, I could see how bothersome it is. Whereas I can, like, certain people, if they say certain things, I'll fight that person and be done with it. and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can just let it roll off. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but seeing, I'm like, damn, okay, I need to be thankful of this. This isn't everybody.
Right.
This affects people.
Yeah, bro. I'll preach, hey, fuck what people think. And like a lot of times when I'm preaching to myself too. I gotta remind myself. Yeah. And I preach that shit all the time, but every once in a while I'll be laying in the bed with Chia and I'll be scrolling on my phone, I'll read a comment and I'll be like, get out of bed, grab my laptop. Hold on a second, baby. I gotta respond to this motherfucker real quick.
And then learning to pick and choose the battles, though, that's another thing. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I'm in a good mood today. I'm confident in my response to where I'm not going to be bothered by this. But then there's sometimes where you're like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to open up that can of worms of negativity that does come by sometimes responding. Sometimes responding works and you're like, did it. It's done. Yeah. And then you don't care because you're like, really, bro? That's how you feel? And then some you're like, oh, shit, they hitting me in all of my weak points right now. I'm gonna ignore you, which we're learning is really that's a power move at times is the art of not engaging.
Yeah.
So as somebody now who's like, you know, you've been at like, let's say like the top of like YouTube, right? And, you know, I feel like for someone who, you know, you were sending me videos so I could like them and shit like that, right? Like you had specific like goals as far as YouTube, right? Now that you're back and you're in a different place mentally, you've been through some shit, you've learned some things. What would you say that your goals are now for what you're doing on YouTube?
What's so funny about you asking that? Yesterday, it was a really hard day for me. Something like literally catastrophic could have changed in my life and caused another huge shift. And my girl sat me down and brought a whiteboard, and then she did a diagram, and she was like, "I want you to put 5 goals and 5 life goals." I stared at her and I was like, "No, I don't know any. I don't know what you want me to put." I did put 5 goals and 5 life goals, but in terms of YouTube, I don't have any because that chase for subscribers is not going to fulfill or satisfy me. And I recognize that chase for views is not going to satisfy me. Is it going to make me temporarily happy if I wake up and my video has 1 million views again? Hell yeah. But is that going to be the cure to my problems? No.
Right.
So right now, in the way my channel is operating, it's more of, how can I use what I have left and the gratitude that I have towards the 100,000 people who still do watch every video, and how can I make that impactful rather than what is like, I finally decided like there's no more, because the guy who does my videos keeps telling me like, let's collab with people, let's do this, and he names all the people who are fully clouded. And I'm like, I'm not in that circle. That's not my life no more. I'm not chasing that no more. I can't do that no more. Let me change the direction of what I'm doing. So there isn't really, like when I post a video now, I lose subscribers. That's just how YouTube works. I don't know why it works like that, but I post a video, like my anxiety short film lost me 6,000 subscribers. And the views, I don't know who it's dishing out to out of my 10 million, but it'll get 100,000 views. So I'm not making any goals as to views or subscribers. I'm really not. I'm just trying to think of what am I posting on here? What am I giving to the world?
Do you work with, do you film with your girl?
We just did a couple of videos together.
Because the fact that, what you mentioned when she brought out the whiteboard, and that is, first off, big shout out to her for that and being very considerate, and that is a really good tool. Do you guys do anything where it talks about your relationship and dealing with anxiety? Because that right there was something that is so vital that somebody that is dating someone with anxiety can help them do. It is writing down and taking a moment to decompress. That shit to me is like, that's dope, and that's something that could help someone if you haven't already filmed that.
We haven't. I don't think we're there yet in our relationship to share that. But like, for example, when I did show her publicly, you wouldn't believe the amount of messages she got of people telling her to run away.
Really?
Because of how mentally unstable I am and who they think I am and how they think I'm going to treat her and what I'm going to do to her. And it was just like Kanye West, run away. Like, run away, girl. This isn't the man for you. He's going to ruin your life. He's done this. He's going to do this into you. But as of right now, she's held me down more than anybody who's ever held me down in my life, and she's rocked with me. So
yeah, that was dope that she did that for you. Real
she's
dope.
Seen the bad really early, and she's held on tight.
That's amazing.
Okay, so you saying that makes me not feel bad about what I'm gonna say, because I was gonna say this and preface it.
Okay.
Fuck these people, man. No, for real. Like, I feel like that's been my savior through all of this shit. Because I've always got the super negative comments, fat this, nigger that, all of that shit since the beginning. It hasn't stopped. They still do it. But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I truly do not care enough about that shit. A lot of people, we get into this world and we getting views and subscribers and all of that, and it feels good. And then you make that connection with the people, and that helps a lot. But me, I never really connected. That may have hurt me number wise, but the people who are still there fuck with me.
So
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you have these people who liked you because you did this, but they probably didn't like you. So the minute you do something else, it's a problem. They want to talk shit. Or you're up here, so it doesn't matter if I talk shit to him. You don't only have the people who rock with you. So the more that you just do what it is that you want, post what you feel like, those numbers are going to fall. You're going to be left with the core who fucks with you.
The quality.
Yeah.
The quality.
two things to that. One of them is really bad, but one of them is just, so a year ago I stopped blocking people on Twitter and Instagram. I said, fuck it, let them say what they want.
You better start doing that again.
Nah, today I woke up with 5 horrendous tweets of like, I could read them off to you guys, and it was just like, I decided block,
Yeah.
block.
Nothing wrong with that.
But here's what I'm going to say to what you said, and this is where my problem started from. In my 20s, when you're supposed to be developing yourself and learning how to get validation from the right places and everything, this is going to sound horrible. I got my validation and my identity of self-worth based on what people said about me, what they thought of me, and what my numbers said about me. So if they loved me, if they liked me, if they liked my work, I loved myself and I liked my work, and I didn't. If they didn't, I hated myself and everything about myself. And now I'm trying to break that and trying to find my own identity on how do I not let what this person who doesn't know me thinks about me because of what I've gone through affect me. So I'm still trying to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. It's a daily fight, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it to keep that fight, because people, when they don't know you, they like you for whatever they like.
Right. They're going to pick and choose. What they do is they look at every single person and go, I like this quality about you, and if you don't give it to me, fuck you. But one thing on top of that is, when you get rid of the idea of what you're supposed to accomplish at a certain age, it's liberating, because the 20 shit, ain't nobody the same person that they were at 2021 living a different life. And if I was supposed to be this completely secure individual with all these accomplishments and whatever, like, I failed. And if I dwell on that, I'm a failure. But as you continue to grow, your age is just one thing. It's your maturity level and your evolution. What you're doing is you're leveling up. The fact that you acknowledge that this is where I am now, I tell you this, no matter how old you are doing better than a lot of people, and more people are trying to get to where you are. It is, when you are at your lowest point, you can only go up. When your back is on the floor, what are you looking at? The ceiling. You've already hit that point to where all you can do is go up. Yeah, you might fluctuate up and down from time to time, but you know what the bottom feels like. You've been there. That's nothing new. Stop comparing the what you could have been in that age. That age shit will fuck you up. And when you start looking at, and I say this all the time, I think being, for me, 31 is dope, because I would never go back to being 21-year-old me. I don't like her. She was trash. She was trash. She was so insecure, and she said things and did things that I would never do now.
Like what?
Oh man, she was fucked up. I was angry, and I met some. Actually, I got triggered the other day. Someone triggered me into some old habits that I would never do. I yelled at a restaurant. I don't act like that no more.
Oh, Nikki Blades.
Oh, not no more. But I yelled, and it was like, that to me was so ugly. And what happened is my friend was with me, and she goes, damn, you really grew up, because how it could have went, I decided, I was like, you know what? It's not even worth it. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But I went through a lot of things to get to that point of going, you know what? It's not worth it. I don't care what you think. It's fine. But when you let go of what other people and where they hold you, because somebody was waiting for me to act out, and they were looking for that. They were feeding off it. They're like, yeah, she ain't changed. I'm ready. And then you're like, you know what? Be gone.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you said it was horrible, but to be honest, like, you feeling like you needed validation from these likes and views, that's what, like, That's
what they
like
feed on.
mostly everybody,
Yeah.
bro. Especially at that age. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody, I mean, to an extent, like everybody that's posting on YouTube is pretty like narcissistic to an extent. Cause like we like, you know, as much as you want to say someone's doing it for the art or for creativity, it's like those views and those comments like gas you up, and that those are validating. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you can compare sex to that. When you really start looking at why a lot of people act out and they sleep around and they do this stuff, it's a different form of validation. But you are given something that's purposely made to trigger you, that somebody sat to make you addicted to.
Yeah.
Your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
You are in the right place because it was manufactured to make you feel this way. You're recognizing it, you're overcoming it, and it's not as bad as you think. But you're ahead of the crowd because you understand that it's not working for you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I would say I was having the most fun creatively when my views weren't that popping, because it's like when you don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can do whatever you want. Who cares about the numbers? Who cares about who likes it?
Yeah.
But I'm just having fun creatively. It's like I'm fulfilled, right? And now, because I'm like you, right? I got like 4 million subscribers, and you know and I'm happy if something gets like 200,000, 100,000 views. I'm like, this shit's great. It's doing good.
Yeah.
But so it's like I feel so much less pressure to hit a certain number that I'm just like, now I can kind of I can go back to doing what makes me happy. And if people fuck with it, then they fuck with it, and that's great too.
Yeah,
you know?
Once you get over that hurdle, it's a great feeling. Like, because like they said, you are not rare. Like the way you feel, that's how most people feel.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I just was like hyper aware and sensitive to this shit early on. Tim can attest. If I did something cool and people was like, "Oh shit, do that again," I would say no. Because I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm just this.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be the guy who did a 50 Cent
Billie Jean,
impersonation or Billie Jean.
So Rick can kill Billie Jean when it comes on in the club, but if you ever ask him to do
It's
it,
not
he'll
gonna
never
happen.
do
It's not
it.
gonna happen.
Because I never wanted to be that in somebody's eyes who just expects this of me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was like that, 'cause this was before YouTube where I was doing that shit like that. So I just kind of got lucky. But from what I've seen, 10 plus years doing this shit, majority of the people feel that way. I mean, that, like she said, that's what it's made for. So don't feel bad for that.
Right. And the more you continue to educate yourself on yourself, we're not taught how to understand what's in here. And as you get older, that's a part of the growing process, is understanding yourself. Most of us don't know why we feel the way we feel until there's a moment that they go, "Oh shit, I like this because of this," or "Oh, I react this way because of, oh shit, I dealt with something in my childhood and it really I got some issues that I got to deal with." And you are on the forefront and in front of a lot of people, and you can see what you don't like from others, and you can see what you wish somebody would have put for you. I purposely don't wear makeup on my live streams. Every time I live stream, I purposely don't wear makeup so that people know, like, hey, don't think this is it every day, because it hurts my feelings when I put makeup on and people are like, you're caked up, or, oh, you look hella fake. And I'm like, well, here, shoot, I feel more comfortable without makeup. And that was part of me growing, is that I started feeling more comfortable. I was like, cool, let me start doing that. But it takes time.
This is off topic, and it's a controversial topic that I didn't think I would be the one, because I don't want people to get offended by this. You know what pisses me off about social media? And if I have no right to get mad at this, you can tell me, like straight up. When girls post the posts that are half and half, that shows Instagram versus reality, and in one picture they're like, it's the edited the version, perfect, and in one picture it's where they're letting their stomach out, letting their cellulite show, and just who they are, then why do we need to post one post of awareness to remind these young girls and young men who are following that this is Instagram versus reality? And why not just give them reality?
Right. I don't think that there's anything wrong with what you think. It is. I feel at times we go to that's an example of two extremes, and it stems from when magazines were out and a lot of the photoshopping was happening and people were pretending that it was real. And when somebody goes and justifies themselves by saying, I don't do the comparison because I don't feel like I need to. If I use a filter, I use a filter. If I don't, I don't. I don't feel like I got to post up a glam version and a not glam version because I'm like, I'm still both of those people.
Yeah.
And that is the real message. A lot of those people are capitalizing on the fact that I'm different and it's okay, because we know that when we say like, yo, I got stretch marks, I got this, I got that. And if I'm just naturally posing however and I don't Photoshop it, I think that's more genuine than the purpose pose of sitting slouched up knowing that I'm trying to make myself look as quote unquote normal, when we know that's not even normal. Those people, and if you're on social media, you know what you're doing. That is still to get engagement. I'm real. I have all these problems too. If I'm not wearing makeup, I'm still bomb, but I look good with it and I look good without it. But I'm not going to make the extreme version. And a lot of people just have to start being more comfortable with themselves. And that is a brand that they're posting as well. It's still a marketing tool. And whether they want to admit it or not,
it's fake real.
It's fake real. It's the fake positive. It's still along the lines, because I got cellulite and if I don't edit a photo, I don't edit it. But if somebody calls me out on it, then it's like, bro, you really was looking at my cellulite? That's your problem.
And see, and that's the thing. So I definitely get what you're mad at, because if you just post the picture, that's one thing. If you have to make sure everybody knows, oh, this is me without anything, you're telling me something. Either, like you said, you're trying to just get the engagement, or you feel guilty.
Right.
Because there's a guilt to that now too, because now there's so many people who are freaking advocating for real, that it makes the super done up fake girl feel like, oh shit, I'm not what they want anymore. I don't know how to just be this version of me, but I need to show them that I can, so that they can still like me. So it's still reaching.
I posted up a photo in a crop top. I did fitness stuff before. Somebody and then this is where, when you really on the Rick, I'm gonna post what I want, or I feel better when I post because I posted it because I liked it. I had dudes going, oh, I see you sucking it in. What happened to your six pack? This, that, and third. I was like, you look like a hater, correct? Do you understand?
And a hippo.
Dude,
they don't be hot. It's never hot people talking shit about hot people.
but it was one of those things that I know I put on weight, and I talk about my I love fitness, and I feel like I'm not myself when I'm not working out. But it isn't to get a certain aesthetic, but I knew that I put on weight. So when they said it, I knew that was already going to be said, because if I'm just being myself and you have a problem with it, sir, do you understand how many other people have way more issues that this would destroy them, that they probably photoshopped their photo to post it?
Yeah.
And you still are going to be nasty like that. But you look and go, I get it. I knew that was coming. But I'm not going to go, I'm going to suck it in tight. Yeah, when I suck it in, bitch, I'm going to let you know I post purposely so I look thicker. But that's because I'm not doing the fake positive. If I'm poking it out and I'm sucking it in and I'm pushing it back, guess what? That's what I want it to look like. That was for me, and I like it. If I decide to let it sit a little bit and, I got a little bit of squish on the side, I may not post it because I don't like it. I don't give a shit if they don't like it. But the fake, I'm mushing this here, you should feel okay, which it's fine, but just be real. Be organic about it. Take the photo, and if the stretch marks show, I think, okay, I'm gonna say this right now. Marie Midori is a friend of mine, and I know her, and she has had a child, and she takes her beautiful photos, and you can see her stretch marks. And she talked about the fact that she needed to do that for herself, because there were more people thinking that she didn't have that and it wasn't real. And when she just started still looking hot and still doing her makeup and still putting her filter or photo, and she had a stretch mark, she was like, hi. And she gained more love from it, because it made everybody else realize that I'm still being me, and I'm not going to do the overly make you feel bad because you want to still be sexy and do that other stuff. It's a balance, and we're all learning.
Yeah, man. Especially, in Instagram world, I feel like Instagram's almost become the app that's known for the facade, right? Where it's like, you don't expect shit to be real anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, where it was like a meme, you know what I'm saying? Where you put a certain picture on Instagram and then a certain picture on Facebook where it's like, oh, I'm with my family on Facebook. And then Instagram is like, I'm on vacation. I got a nice car. It's almost become like that's what Instagram is for. And so, that's just kind of, I think people get caught up in not only what that's supposed to be, what they're supposed to be, like almost like Instagram and like a lot of aspects of social media. You feel like you're supposed to put out this image of like success and like and shit, and all to the point where if someone is showing something real, it's like it's special.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And if it's like a picture without a filter, it's like, by the way, this is
check me out.
How crazy is this?
Read this paragraph about how hard it was for me to post this.
Right.
You look good.
I started going. My captions became a fun place for me because I express. I don't like watching myself talk. Even though we do this, I don't like watching myself talk. I'd never watch it back.
I fast forward through your parts.
Yeah, thank you. Trust me, I do too. But I realized that I don't like posting videos of me talking. So one of the things I started doing was like, I'll post a picture in a sponsored outfit or whatever, and I'll write in the caption. Because that's my safe place and that's how I like to express myself. I literally would put notes in like, thank you for not being a dick today. Guess what? You woke up and you're not an asshole. Fucking pat yourself on the back. It literally would write that. And I'd be like, it's hard to not be fucked up. We all can be really mean people, but you're not doing that today. Guess what? You're ahead of the game right now. Shout out to you. And it may be a picture of me just sitting there and in an outfit, but I'm at least going, that is what I wanted to say. This is how I feel. I can go about my day now.
And when I Facetune my pictures, I always let people know I'm Facetuning my pictures. Right? Motherfuckers be like, drop the skincare routine. I'm like Facetune.
And that's dope when you own it. And we were talking about the filters earlier. How do y'all feel about it saying the name above it?
I appreciate it saying that. I think I'm different. Like, even though he tells people, I'm still like, don't use it. That's just kind of my thing. But I don't know, maybe because there's not much that I could use to help me. So I'm like, what's the point?
No, bro. I be face apping everybody when I post our shit.
Damn right.
I'm talking about okay, if I was on Photoshop, I would have to liquefy myself to make me skinny or some shit like that. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like, I don't look like that. Why am I going to post this? I know I don't fucking look like that.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to see me in real life and I don't look like that. So I'm just like, why? Just get comfortable with yourself. But I understand that it's not easy. It's not easy for everybody, so I shut up. But yeah, so I like that they tell you that there's a filter on.
But yeah, I mean, I think, man, at the end of the day for you, I think the fact that you even have learned this about yourself, you're way ahead of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I know you feel crazy being like, I'm 30 and I don't know what I'm doing, and I just realized that I'm like
everybody.
that I'm going through it. But like, bruh, like 30's still young, dog. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that like aren't where you're at in terms of like learning what you've learned and are still, trying to figure shit out. Like, you've been through so much, and the fact that you've like been able to learn these lessons, it's it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't think you should feel at all like you've like failed or that it's too late to do some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we feel that way because we grew up, we came up in this like internet social media world, right? Where everything is like so fast, they want content fucking like 5 times a day. But I mean, everybody that does that and has done that, like has burnt out or like will burnt out. And a lot of the people that are at the level that you've been, they were never happy because they didn't learn that about themselves.
And the most successful people are normally hitting their stride later in life. When you look up the most financially successful people, their aha moment came in 40, 50, 60. True. Look at the top.
2 Chainz.
How old was wait?
Was old.
Yeah, how old was 2 Chainz? But again, it's so dope having the opportunity to grow, and you could have been a different story. Like, you could not be here today. To be real, with the way that the internet works and the way that a lot of our mental states are, unfortunately, we've lost people that didn't get that chance, that weren't able to make it to the other side. So you're waking up every day is a testament to your strength and your growth, because some people lose that battle and it's real. And doing that and knowing that you are going to try and be better, like keep that wheel turning. People need that, because we lose so many others on a daily basis to bullying, to not being strong enough, to not knowing how to mute, to not knowing how to block, to feeling all this pressure that as you continue and as you grow, you are still talking to somebody that needed to see that, yo, he didn't give up yet. He didn't give up. That fuck that person that said that. Ew, why are they commenting that? They start looking and going, what's wrong with that person writing, not you? What's wrong with that person? They're the issue, not you. So keep going.
And your eyebrows look great.
Always.
Appreciate that. Always.
Where
Boy got the best facial hair on YouTube.
is there anything you want to plug, blast, anything where we find you?
I mean, you could check me out on. I don't really post much. So there's not much I can tell y'all to tune into. But my name is Fousey. I do Twitch at night on twitch.tv/Fousey. I got a book coming out next year, and if you've tuned into my story and you know a little bit about me and you're willing to hear more, I'd love for you to check me out and see what life has in store for me, because I know my story's not done yet.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you coming through and being candid with us, bro, and keeping it real, telling your story. Of course, dog. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody for listening. Thank you for listening and watching the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shuck.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Peace, bitch.